looks like someone's thrown a cow pat under here. Look at this. Oh, good lord. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. By popular demand, well, it was more like anything but a BMW, I think, something like that. But it's Volvo time. Where's that little dog? Don't want to run Alfie over. So I'll tell you what we're going to do, guys. We're going to have a quick overview of this car to work out what we've got to do to it and what's got to be done to it whilst we're prepping it. So it's done 63,000 miles, one owner car, lovely service history, which we will look at in a minute, but I know that it needs a service now. I'll show you why. So it's got some lovely history, this car. Right, so it is running on annual or 18,000 mile service intervals. Now obviously, because it's a low mile car, the mileage is going to be way back of the interval. So it has got, Volvo cars West London have looked after it most of its life, 8,000 miles, 17,000 miles, 25,000 miles. That was a body inspection, so 35, which should be at the 72. 38 in 15, 42 in 16, 46 in 17, 52 in 18. I mean, that's the 144,000 mile service at 52,000 miles. It's clearly been looked after, this car. Admittedly, it went a little bit peak tong after that because they obviously got fed up with spending £130 plus VAT an hour, and it went to Mr. Clutch at 57, and then another one at 60. The problem is, yes, it's only done 63 now, but that was in May 22, and that's how these franchises, these manufacturers get you, because it's on an annual service plan. In reality, it needs a service now because it's been over a year and the service light's on. The worst part about this car is, it's sort of the worst and the best, because it's a low mile car. The timing belt interval on these is like 100,000 miles, 10 years. On this particular engine, it's 108,000 miles or 10 years. It hasn't been done, and it's a 10 plate car. It's 13 years old. So that needs doing. Could you roll a dice on it? Yeah, you could sell it and say that it's not due. A lot of dealers do that. But I can't, because, you know, at the end of the day, if this is a stunning car, and if I sell it, and the timing belt, say I sell it to someone that doesn't even know what a timing belt is, so they don't ask the question when they come and inquire about it, and then it snaps on them and it destroys the engine, then what am I left with? I don't work like that. I can't work like that. I never have done. So it will get a new timing belt, and it will get a water pump at the same time, and it will get a service at the same time because it needs one. So as far as the engine mechanical sides, everything else, as far as I know, is perfect. I mean, Claire borrowed this car a couple of days ago and did like a 200-mile round trip in it, and it's faultless. It's a lovely car. I've used it for about a week. It drives absolutely perfectly. It did seem to come home after me saying that the side of it was like glass in the introduction to the last one. It did seem to come home with that in it, which Brian will have to get out. But as far as, put it this way, as far as, so tyres, Continentals all round, that's got 4mm of tread on it. That's got 5mm of tread on it. That's got 5mm of tread on it. I'm guessing that one, yeah, that one's about 4. Tyres are fine. Brakes are fine. This something here is not fine. I mean, the mess is worse. It's got, I mean, even by the colour of that, most of you guys are going to go, that's CV grease. And it's got to be. You know, it's going to have a split CV boot under there, isn't it? As far as I mean, as far as marks go on the car, headlamps have gone all opaque, as they always do. It's got a little scuff on the textured bumper there. It's got a scratch on the bumper there. The side of it is scratched, but it's really not that bad. It's a stunning colour. I mean, look at the metallic when the sun comes out. Look at the metallic in that. It's a stunning colour. It really is. But it has got scratches all. I mean, it's still going to need a mop. That one's actually a bit naughty. That one. So it's going to need a good mopping. But I think that's a quick overview of the car itself. It's really hot today, and it's sunny. I don't like working on a dirty car, so I do want to wash it. And I mean, there'll be a shadow where the van is in front of them gates. There'll be a bit of a shade shadow for the next half an hour. So I'm going to quickly wash it. I'm not going to put a massive amount of effort into these wheels, and I'll tell you why. The near side rear one's probably the worst one. I want to take they're so dirty on the inside. I want to take all these wheels off and clean them properly with, it's going to have to be an acid, but the scratches are so bad. Look how bad that has been cleaned with a Brillo pad. I can't think what else it was, or one of them metal scouring pads. So I'll tell you what, the person that owned this car, and that isn't even sort of your quick car washers that you pull in, because they just soak your wheels with acid. They don't scratch them like this. So I would say the person that owned this car liked having a clean car, but didn't know how to clean a car. So they've cleaned their wheels and they've destroyed them at the same time. So I think Si's going to have to do them. I am going to try and cut that back and see it, but I think Si's going to have to do them. We'll see. Let's quickly give it a wash. Oops. Covered all my house with it. Better quick clean that off. Claire's going to be well happy when she sees how clean these windows are when she gets home. So for those of you that have watched some of my videos before, you know what I'm about to do to the mats in the car. I mean, they're really not that bad, these Volvo mats. The back ones hardly haven't been stood on by the looks of things, but it's so warm at the moment, I'm just going to do it anyway. And there we have it, guys. Just put all my jet wash away. So the car's clean. Now, I mean, already, straight away, I know this car's going to be a lovely car. It's already a lovely car. But when I've finished with it, I mean, the thing is not going to be far off new. I hope it's a lovely car already. I mean, in the good old days, makes you sound old, doesn't it? You just put a price tag in it and off we go. Quick wash and then It's not like that anymore. I mean, the cars of that accessibility don't exist now. It's more to the point, if you want to do the job correctly, then you need to carry on and make the cars the way that they should be, rightly ready for sale. So I've just jet washed the mat. They're drying. One's drying up there. The other ones are drying on my washing line. So what I'm going to do, I've had a quick look around it. I know this. I mean, there is a lot of marks on this car, but I'm pretty sure that all of them are going to mop out. Brian's got to get that little kink in the door out, and then I'll get the mark in the paint out. That scratch all along there, I'll get all of them out. This would look a lot worse if it was in the sun. And have a look around this side. Lovely colour. But yeah, it's got a few little marks in it, which I'll sort out. I mean, the interior really isn't that bad. It's really not. I will scrub them seats because I'll make them a lot cleaner, and I'll do the old hoovering out, and I'll treat all the dash and everything. But it's honestly, it's really not a massive job, this car. But now I want to take that wheel off and see what's going on. So let's sort that out. Right, that's the next day. Actually, that's a lie. It's a few days later, actually. Let's get the wheel off the Volvo, see what's going on. Alfie, come here. God, you're a bit slow. Oh, God, look at that. You've got sleep in your eyes, look. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, dude. Honestly, look at that. It's not a bad old life, mate, is it? Tell you what, let's have a quick look under here before I jack it up. God, it's getting hot today. I'm going to have to put my shorts back on. Oh, let's get a bit of light on the case. Oh, look at that. My God, it looks like someone's thrown a cow pat under here. Look at this. Oh, good Lord. Let's get that wheel off. Here we are. I've got the old jack and the wooden blocks out again. Sorry, people, let you down there, didn't I? Let's see what we've got here. Oh, look at that. That's weird. The boot, I think the boot's actually okay. Oh, look at that. It's corrosion on the drive shaft. Corrosion on the actual drive shaft has picked up, so the CV boot isn't sealing. I mean, is that a re-clean or is that a new shaft? I have to have a look into that. Weird. So what I've done, I've took the clip off down there. I can't really find any problems with the actual boot itself, but when I turn the wheel around, you watch this. The drive shaft, so that black coating on the drive shaft that usually seals the boot in, it's corroded. Look, then it splits a bit, and it comes away. Look at that. The weird thing is, so I'm guessing it's because it wasn't seating right. It must have been getting through there. That's really weird. That CV grease must have been getting through and just coming out. So I mean, can I clean that up and reseal that? I have to have a go, I reckon. So anyone that knows, anyone that's worked on a car with a knackered CV boot will know that that CV grease is just the worst stuff to clean off ever. But luckily, one thing that does eat into it and get rid of it really well is brake cleaner, which just happens to be really cheap and readily available in aerosols. So I'm not going to put my phone in there and get it absolutely covered. So I'm going to clean it all off and then we'll come back. So here I am cleaning with numerous different cans of brake spray, just trying to make it as clean as I can really. Then I get into the drive shaft, and I turn the drive shaft around my screwdriver, taking off all of the black flaky paint which is actually on the surface of the drive shaft, so I can try to get a smooth surface to reseal the drive shaft when I've finished. Then I get my file out and I try to file down all of the pitted metal on the actual drive shaft, so when it comes to resealing the gator or the CV boot, it might actually make a good seal. Then I come back with me wet and dry, and I go over where I've just filed with the wet and dry to try and make it as smooth a surface as I possibly can, so if it leaks I pretty much know there isn't any more I can do to the drive shaft. Then I come back with my brake spray, turn the hub round whilst the drive shaft's going round so I can clean as much grease off as I can. Then I come along with my rag and I stick my rag inside the drive shaft whilst I'm turning the hub round with my other hand, so I can try and dry the inside of that drive shaft to make it as free as CV grease as I possibly can, but it's not easy, that grease just gets everywhere. Then I come back with my CV grease and try and replenish the grease that has been lost over the time of it spinning around and chucking it out everywhere. Then I come back with my rag and I stick my rag in there and I turn the hub around again to try and clean the inside of the boot as well as I possibly can. Then, and I'm a little bit on the fence about what I did here, I actually run a bead of CT1 around the drive shaft for the boot to slide onto, and hopefully for almost a sort of, I suppose I want it to be like an instant gasket almost to seal because of the little pits. And I'm almost a little bit concerned now that because now that drive shaft hasn't got a layer of paint on it, and there's also, it must have been a little bit of metal that have come off from filing it down and rubbing it down. Them boots are not the best for sealing again because they're the hard plastic original boots. There's every possibility that it's going to need a rubber one. The rubber ones sort of expand over the drive shaft and they're really easy to seal, but these factory ones are actually really hard to seal again. This one's going to be even harder. Then I just get the jack and put it under the bottom ball joint and just try and lift up the whole arm a little bit so the drive shaft isn't at quite an angle when I try to seal it, instead of it being really angled so the top just keeps trying to pop out the whole time. Then I put the new clip on and in a minute get my hands in the way completely so you can't see me do it up, so I'll probably skip that bit. There you go, look, that's better. The clip's on, it's done up and I'm just cleaning it. Probably just blow it dry. There you go, look, all done. Bit expensive on the old brake spray. And then just whilst that drive shaft was sort of sealing or going off a little bit, I got my little needle file out and just rubbed down the little imperfections on that front textured bumper, mixed up some touch up with some satin black and some grey and just touched them up. So after doing them little touch up and whilst waiting for the CV boot, I cleaned the wheel. Now yeah, the wheel looks amazing now, and I tell you what, after using another 2 cans of brake spray, wheel acid, my general all-purpose cleaner, a jet wash, lots of scrubbing. I didn't want to record all that, that's boring. At least it's clean now. Let's have a look. Nice. Well, that's all set, the clip's tight. Let's get it all back together. Get this wheel back on. So after I put this wheel back on, I actually get my little cordless drill with a little compound pad and some fairly heavy compound, and I just start buffing the spokes and the inlays to that wheel. Because of all the scratches on it, then I paint the tyre, but it made a massive difference to that wheel. I'll show you in a sec. Yeah, I thought I showed you. I mean, look how much better does that look compared to what it looked like before? I do that to the rest of the wheels. I'm not entirely sure that I go round and film every different little procedure. I know I took all the wheels off. Do you know what? I don't think I did it in this one. I'm going to say something though. Hold on, what am I going to say? It just started pouring with rain outside, which is a bit weird. So I just shut the old door, turn the lights on, and look at the difference on this wheel. Look. So that's a bit that I haven't done. You can see the scratches there. Look. With my little drill, as you've just seen me a minute, just with a bit of compound on my drill pad. So I haven't done that one yet. Look at that one, look at the difference. That's just like a 5-second buzz on that compound. What a difference. Gonna have to do that with all of them. God. There is no need for that to be that tight. No wheel bolt should be that tight. Let's try this again. Come on. Oh, it's going. Oh, thank God for that. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I hope it's not doing that little flashy thing because the lights. I've had to put the lights on. It's absolutely boiling outside. Can't do it outside. The sun's too hot. So what I'm going to do, I've just realised that. So all the wheels are now done. They're all back on. The tiles are all done. Tyres are all done. So, I'm kicking everything. What's going on? So the car now already looks really nice, even though I haven't polished it, or I haven't taken the scuff off the bumpers. I haven't done any of that yet, which I'm now going to do. But I've just realised that I think I've chatted for about 20 minutes just trying to reseal a drive shaft. What is going on here? It's like a regular farm. Alfie, what are you doing? What's Alfie doing? Alfie, leave her alone. Leave her alone. She ain't done nothing to you. Yeah. Oh, DeVille, come on. That's not acceptable in the garage, is it? Alfie doesn't do that. Well, Brian's still got to get that dent out. I've just realised that I've spent about 20 minutes trying to describe resealing a drive shaft boot, and Matt Armstrong's just rebuilt a complete Ferrari engine and gearbox in about 20 minutes. So I think I better crack on. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I've already got my compound on my drill because the headlights went all opaque. They do that. So I've already done that. I'll put a little clip on that now. So I've already done that to make them a bit clearer because they don't look good when they're like that. I'm going to do a bit of a mix of a heavy compound and a medium compound together on a medium pad, apart from a few little bits where I will have to do some heavy compound pad bits. There's a little scratch there. There's that scratch there. There's a few scratches there. Look, they're going to have to get... I'll take them out first, then I'll do the whole thing with a medium compound, and I'm going to time-lapse it all so you guys don't get bored. And these two, look at them, look, getting on like a house on fire, ain't they? Oh. Tell you what, that's brave, that little chicken. Is that a new mate, Alfie? You gonna say hello? Hey, your mate. DeVille, come here. Honestly, this chicken is better behaved than my dog. Alfie, come here. Oh, you did it too, good boy. Well done. So let's get on this Volvo. today, people. So there we are. What do you think? That's the next day. I lost the light a little bit last night. I got a little bit too late and I lost the light. It wasn't very good lighting. I mean, it was all right lighting in here, but I thought I'd take the exterior sort of views of it on the outside. I mean, that's pretty much done now. On the outside, good looking car, isn't it? I knew it'd be a good looking car. Wheels are all clean, inside and out. Haven't driven it yet, but so I've got to just do the interior and under the bonnet. But as far as I mean, it's a straight car, isn't it? What a good looking car. So as far as the outside, that's done. I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the inside. I'm going to just give it a quick hoover. I'll treat all the plastics. I'll treat the dash. I am going to scrub the seats because they'll come up a little bit better than that, even though they don't look that bad and they're not that dirty. I've already jet washed the mats, as you saw. Bottle of water over there. And then we'll go for a drive in it. Let's do it. There we go. It's finished. It's done. It's looking good. Oh, just walked into the door. It's all done. It's all done inside. I brought it back in here because the sun is so bright. It's just a bit glary. I don't know if that's any better in here or not. I think that's better, isn't it? You can see how clean it is. Everything came up nice and nice. Nice new number plates. Don't want to hit that on my roof. Boots all nice and clean. Hit that on. You can tell how sort of well this car's been looked after. Still with the original litre of oil in there. First aid kit. Still got the worn triangle. Oh. Spare wheels never been used. Everything is. I mean, it's a nice car, people. It's a nice car. I'll take some pictures of it in a mo. It's all nice in there. You've seen under the bonnet, so I don't need to show you that again. The driver's seat came up nice and clean after I gave it a bit of a scrub. Oh, I've got floor mat there, didn't I? Let's get. Oh, let's get myself a little. Oh, can I get it out from behind there? Oh, I've creased it. Oh, I've creased it. Yay. Let's put that in there. Stop me from getting it all dirty. Yay. That's it. So I'll tell you what. I'll take some pictures of it, get it advertised, then we'll go for a drive. Look at that. That's a good looking car, isn't it? Oh, let's go for a drive. Belt on. Oh, I'm so glad the aircon works in here. Oh, watch out for that car. Get off me driveway. Don't hit me van. Here we go again. Down my road. In the Volvo. It's like 30 degrees today. The aircon works, which is good. I hope that's not. Let me turn that down a little bit actually, because this that might be a bit loud on the old speaker. So now we're stuck in roadworks down my road. We might actually be able to get on in a moment. So we're in the Volvo. It's all clean. We're actually now going to the new place because Stu the Sparky has just phoned up to saying he's got a little bit of a slot to go and fit the downlighters in the sales office. So we shall go there now, just on a little bit of a road test in the Volvo. I'm not going to talk about the Volvo too much, because in reality there isn't a great deal to say about them, I suppose. I don't want to talk for 10 minutes. So as far as these XC60s go, wow, nearly run over a cyclist. I mean, they are nice cars. They are nice cars. There's no, I mean, who's going to buy a car like this? It's a hard one, because I mean, I don't sell a lot of Volvos. And when I do sell a lot of Volvos, I don't sell a lot of Volvos to your average 25-year-old who's looking for a new car. I mean, they're usually sort of middle-aged type that just want a nice big family car. They don't want a BM, because they don't want they don't like the crashing over of bumps and the driving experience of a BM. Volvos, especially Volvos, these XC60s with the D5 in them, so that's a 5-cylinder diesel, 2.4. It's a big old lump, and it drives like a big old lump. You know, they are heavy cars to drive. They don't drop. They're not nimble like if you get in a BMX3, it still drives like a car pretty much. These don't. You know, an XC60 isn't the biggest one. They make the XC90, which is a 7-seater, the same sort of size as an X5. They're really big cars. They drive really big. But these XC60s don't drive a great deal different to an XC90. They're still big cars. They feel big. You feel real safe in them because they're so solid. 21 seconds to go. But I do like them. I mean, they don't appeal to... If I asked Claire, said, do you want to drive an XC60? If she had the choice, she wouldn't be driving an XC60, you know. It's they're sort of a bit too oldie-woldy reputation, and they still have got that, even though Volvos are amazing cars now. You get like a brand new XC90. My God, they're like works of art inside. They're lovely cars. But goes all right. But I mean, with this 2.4, I would always go for an XC60 with the 2.4 in it, because I feel like the 2-litre diesel is a little bit underpowered in one of these, although they still go all right. I mean, these are brilliant tow cars. You know, a lot of people tow caravans and stuff with the 2.4 in these, because they've got over a 2-ton towing capacity, you know, which is good for a car which isn't huge. But as far as the overall experience, they are a lovely car to drive. They're very smooth, very quiet. I mean, they are reliable cars. There's no doubt about that. They're not the cheapest of cars to keep on the road. Volvo parts aren't that cheap if they do go wrong, but they're fairly reliable. So, with all the will in the world, I shouldn't have to worry about that. I mean, it's a one-owner car, lovely service history. So it will be for sale soon, but the timing belt and everything, that's booked in with the guys, because they haven't had a chance to do it, and I haven't got round to actually getting it booked in with them, because I kept putting it off to do something else. So it will get a new timing belt, water pump service, all that will get done. But other than that, I feel this car has sort of gone all right. I didn't get the wheels done. Simon didn't do the wheels. I've done them as best as I could, as you've seen. They look all right. It's a 13-year-old car. There are still a few little marks around the car, but there isn't a lot. It's a lovely, straight, genuine car, and I'm real happy with it. I'll get it advertised. I'll keep you up to date with what sort of inquiries we get on it. It's a shame it hasn't got a tow bar. If it had a tow bar, you would probably sell it fairly quickly to someone that wanted to tow a caravan or something like that with it, because a fitted tow bar can't save you like £600. You know, it used to be sort of blasphemy. You know, you'd never buy a car that's got a tow bar fitted, because you don't want one that's been towing. You know, the engine's been under a lot of pressure, the rear suspension's knackered, the clutch or the torque converter, depending on blah, blah, blah. People don't seem to worry about that stuff anymore. People are like, oh, it's got a tow bar on it already, that's great, it's something else I haven't got to do. Don't know. Do you know what? I feel like I've come on this road test route a lot whilst talking to my phone. You guys, you've probably seen me stop at this roundabout loads of times. So I'm just going to the new place to meet Stu. I think Claire's there as well, actually, because she wants to talk to Stu about some certain things. But I mean, overall, it's a nice driving experience. I like being high up. It's got nice road presence. It looks good, this car. You know, you get some XC60s in like, you get like a, so this is an R design, you know, it looks good. You get like a SE spec in gold. That's an oldie woldy looking car. That's not the sportiest of looking cars. It's amazing how different specs and colours in these cars can make them look different. But I mean, if it's the end of this one, I'll say thanks for watching. I'll keep you up to date what happens with the Volvo. Please like and subscribe if you like the videos. We'll keep going up with the updates. We'll keep going along with auction videos and whatever else comes along. I've got loads of stuff in my head, but actually getting around to filming it is really hard. But thanks for watching this one, guys. Appreciate all the comments. Drop us some comments. Just say, I mean, they don't even have to be about cars. Just say hello. Let me know if you'd like to hear anything else and what I might be doing wrong or whatever. It's always good to hear from you. I will get back to everyone as soon as I can. Thanks a lot. I'll see you on the next one.